Hello everyone, welcome back. Great to see you all here today. I'm just going to go through with you very briefly of referencing APA style direct quotation and paraphrasing on Microsoft Word, but doing it manually rather than using the function the references tab provides you here. Remember, in my last tutorial, I showed you how to use the insert citation, which generates it automatically for you, your reference. But let's look at it from a different angle. Maybe you would prefer to do it manually by yourself. Well, how would you do that? Let's open up our web site that we are going to be using information from. So I'm using it from the Foreign Affairs website. Remember, website is different from web page. Try not to get them confused. And normally at the top here in the URL, you'll see the website here. Foreign Affairs, that's the website's name where all this information is stored. However, the web page will be this title here. Can the Pentagon win the AI or artificial intelligence arms race? That's the actual web page title. Right. Let's have a look at this article. So I'd like to use some information from this article. Obviously, I need to reference it. So what information do I need? Key information I need is the author's name, which I have here, Michael Auslin. But remember, in APA, we only use the author's last name. And in this case, if you can see it, it's Auslin. Perfect. And then the year. Actually, at the top, you can just see it here, 2018. So this is quite a recent article. We don't use ever the month or the day, never for in-text citation, right? APA style, just the year along with the author's last name, right? Okay. Let's open up our Word doc here. We can see and go to the home. Let me change my text to Times New Roman, and I'd like it to make its size 40. All right. So what was the author's name? Can you remember? It was Auslin, right? That's right, Auslin. So we have here Auslin, and the year was 2018. Remember, we need to open a bracket, 018, and we also need to close the bracket, 2018. Let's go back to our website just to double check we've got the correct information here. Auslin, 2018. Awesome. That's great. Now, let's say I'd like to use some information from this first paragraph, but I just want to paraphrase what he's saying. In other words, I just want to summarize what he has said, right? I'm not going to copy directly, but just summarize what he has said, right? Let's go back to my Word document. And for example, here we have the author's name here, Auslin, and the year 2018. What do you think comes next? Well, right, you need a reporting verb, which kind of helps the sentence flow when you put your reference here. So let's see. There are many you can use. You can use states. You can use claims as well. How about mentions? That's quite a good one. Mentions. What other ones can you say? We have states, claims, mentions. How about demonstrates? Perhaps that could be a useful reporting verb. Even illustrates. I know that's quite a good one. Illustrates, right? So we have here Auslin 2018 states or claims, mentions, demonstrates, and illustrates, and then your paraphrase would come here, whatever you are summarizing from Auslin, right? So you would go back to the website and remember, because it's a paraphrase, you're just summarizing what he has said. You're not copying directly what he has said. You're just summarizing what he has said, right? And that's where you would put your summary, what he has said at the bottom. So you have Auslin, last name of the author, never the first, the year, never the day, never the month, just the year in brackets, and then your reporting verbs, either states, claims, mentions, demonstrates, illustrates. Yeah, these are all good reporting verbs that perhaps you could use for your paraphrase. All right, awesome. How about now a direct quotation? How is that different? Actually, it's not that much different, really. You're still always going to use the author's last name, and you're always still going to use the year, right? Nothing has changed there, right? So paraphrasing and direct quotation and APA, always the last name, always the year. Now, the only difference here is that for direct quotation, you're going to copy directly what he has said, right? So let's say here you like a sentence here that he has written and you think it's going to be useful in your essay. So you're going to copy it directly. So let's copy the sentence here. I'll just highlight it here. Okay, so the dawn of autonomous weapon systems seemed undeniable. The dawn of autonomous weapon systems seemed undeniable. I would like to use that actually in my essay. I'm going to copy and paste that. So copy this. Let me bring it back to my Word document and put it here. Copy and paste. Okay, let's change the font size and style. Okay, we're Times New Roman and we need to change the font size. And it's going to be down to 12. Yeah, so there we go. Let's just make sure it's all correct size. Size 12. Perfect. All right. Now, obviously, these are not my words. They belong to Auslan, right? Because I've just copied them directly. We need to now put them in quotation marks, right? So let's put a quotation marks around the sentence that I've copied. So this shows to the reader that actually words in quotation marks are not yours, they belong to Auslan. You have copied them directly. So that would be an example of making a direct quote, PA styles.